we learned today that energy companies in Queensland, in order to help keep the grid alive as we move from the one that works to the one that they're trying to build and desperately hope we don't notice the change, they're able to remotely access your air conditioner at home, and they actually either turn them off or turn them up to help the power grid stay on. It's about 170,000 air conditioners.
So creepy.
And they've done it like 6 times in a month. Now, all of this goes back to smart meters, and the smart meter conversation's been going for a very long period of time. But it is creepy, Joe, because...
It is so creepy. This genuinely freaks me out. Like, what are they going to do next? Like, come into my mobile phone and look at my porn?
Yeah. Well, perhaps they'll turn around and they'll go, at 8 o'clock Eastern summertime, you probably don't need to watch television for that hour, or at 9 o'clock when daylight saving's over.
Intercept your signal and turn it to the ABC so you can watch a bit of Opera Australia, get more educated instead of V8 supercars. Don't worry, we know what's... This is terrible.
Well, but it's also this thing where it is unclear about who knew what and whether the installers knew, but whether the customers know. But that's weird if someone somewhere else is fiddling with your air conditioner.
I have been telling you for I don't know how long that this is the plan, that actually turning off your appliances is built into the system. Can I give everybody who's a viewer a piece of advice? Do not have a smart meter. If you haven't got one, they can't do it to you. Why do you think they want EV cars? Because with a smart meter, they can drain off the battery that you've got stored in your battery. They are planning rationing as part of their system. In third world countries, we call it brownouts. Here we call it blackouts. And it is just so dishonest the way they're doing it. And so much of this stuff is to guarantee profits to these companies that are supplying retail electricity. Never mind about the price of wholesale electricity. It's retail costs that matter. And they're looking for a new default position so it'll go up again.
Well, so we're in this scenario where, all the conversation, and I noticed just the distraction on supermarkets has somewhat died down, hasn't it? Is that war still on, or are we just moving on to something until we find the war that works? But again, the huge profits of these companies, but this sort of technology, again, it just should be very clear what the expectation is of this, which is why you can choose to be part of the scheme or not.
But is there not also a health implication here? I mean, obviously for older people, being able to stay cool is incredibly important. But and I don't want to shove him into the debate. I mean, and again, I don't know if I'm being ridiculous here, but like my best mate's a quadriplegic. His body can't regulate its own temperature, so what temperature
you would hope
temperature it is, right?
It's
literally a matter of life and death. If he gets above, say, 28 degrees, that is a big problem for him. He was just telling me yesterday he hit 28 degrees in Melbourne, and that really screwed him round. Now, of course, you'd say, "Oh no, don't worry about it. That house would be on a do not call register or whatever." What if he's at an Airbnb?
Correct. He's not allowed to go on holidays. He's not allowed to come round to your place.
There are so many questions. The idea of someone coming in.
But this is what socialism is. You never consider the individual.
That's capitalism. They're doing it to make more money.
He can be sacrificed to the collective, which is to have this nonsensical, determinate wind and solar power when the rest of the world is going nuclear and looking at having some sort of consistently delivery of power. Here, we've got a raving lunatic in charge of...
You have to be more specific.
That is Mr. Bowen. And honestly and truly, he's a raving lunatic. And furthermore, can I give another tip? Keep your gas, keep your stove, keep your oven, keep your electricity, your hot water system, so at least they can't do it to you. That's why they want to get rid of it, because they can't control that with a smart meter.
Yeah, and by the way, before somebody thinks, there's a Sky News making it up, that was from the ABC website today, by the way.
It's in the AEMO documentation if you look hard enough.
See, well, this is it. This is why you're the details lady.
It's all in the Bible, people. It's the Prankster's Bible.
Yeah, what happened to the I need this?